So we're going to make a painting that's using some metallic colors today, and I used metallic green and metallic gold. I think they're really nice and pretty colors. Some of the other things that you're going to need are a plate and some extra poster board that you can tear up and use the corners. Besides the green and the gold, let me show you what they are. It says Rust-Oleum Metallic Finish Gold, and this metal cast metallic green. I also used Montana Hardcore colors. I used this black and white. And what else? Paint spatula is useful. Big paint spatula is useful for stars. And make sure you have your spray paint mask and enough ventilation, whether it be from an indoor fan or an outdoor wind, and lots of creativity. So let's make it. Okay, so I'm going to make a painting using greens and golds, and I love the combinations of greens and golds. It's a very royal kind of combination. So you can see there I've got my metallic green, my Rust-Oleum metallic gold color, and my Montana white, and a piece of poster board and a plate, which is going to go there. And I'm going to put some pyramids in front of that plate, in front of that planet. So I'm just making stuff up, thinking about where I'd like things to go. 1 pyramid, 2 pyramid. Tear off some edges of your paper and you can experiment until you get a shapes that you like. And eventually you'll be able to make the designs without tearing stuff up and moving it around, but it's a really great way to begin thinking about design. So I'm going to make those 3 pyramids, and they're going to be kind of in front of that big planet and kind of contained within it. So that's my gold color. So I'm just spraying a little bit of it around to kind of mark where things go. You can see clearly where everything's going to go, and now I can fill in the planets. Okay, so the first thing I do is I put a little white on the top of my planet and basically where my pyramids are going to go, because I want those pyramids to be nice and bright. And the second color, my medium color, is my gold. So I'm putting that in the middle of the planets and basically all over where my pyramids are going to go, and down into where my land is going to go as well, because that's going to be part of my land. And then the green follows on the bottom of the planet and along the bottom of where the pyramids are. You could put them all over the pyramids if you wanted. That would be fine as well. I just chose to do it that way. Now with a little bit of newspaper, I'm going to create a pattern by brushing it across. And as you can see, I didn't crinkle it up too much. I wanted kind of a broad pattern because that has a lot of gold in it. And just some little green accents. And then I'm going to put my pyramids back on the painting, exactly where my pyramids are going to go. Thinking about my design, but also thinking about what's happened and taking advantage of it. You know, if something cool and unexpected has happened with my newspaper, with the designs that I created with my newspaper, then I'll take advantage of that. I'll move the pyramids around. So I'm taking advantage of that little white spot at the top because it's a nice little bright spot, and I make sure that that's the edge of my planet. So I'm going to put a little shading on before I put my planet on, because my sky is going to be a lighter color. And I'm going to put some white along the top edge of the planet so that it has a nice highlight at the top. And then I put my plate down and I begin to fill in the sky. So I'm starting with a darker color, and then I move to the next darkest color, which for me is green. But I'm putting a little white down at the bottom because I want my gold layered on top of that white so that it's shinier. If I didn't put the white down, the gold would come out a little darker. But since it's on top of the white, I get a nice bright gold color. So there's my sky in greens and golds. So I put some stars on with my spatula, making sure I shake them pretty hard. And I take my plate off. And there I have a dramatic green and gold planet. Let's shade our pyramids, begin to peel off those poster board edges and just shade them a little bit of black. And I want the one in the center to be the one in the foreground, so I the two along the edges first. And then I shadow along the edge of the remaining piece of poster board, and then I create a little shadow at the top by using that same piece of poster board. And in the one in the center, all I need is one line, because that's the one in the front. It's not blocked by anything, so I just need that one line. Now there's a little gap there. I'm just fixing it up. There we go. That looks better. Now, how are we going to blend those pyramids into the bottom part of the painting? Well, let's make some land. So spray some black. And a little bit of transparent. And a little bit of gold on top so that it blends in. And then just use sliding newspaper techniques to create some land there by holding the paper in your left hand and dragging it along with your right hand, using your fingers to create all kinds of land effects. Now I'm thinking about maybe some clouds down by the pyramids would look nice. So I'm tearing some poster board in a cloud kind of a shape, and then all I do is I spray along the top edge. See how much paint gets on the poster board. I don't want a lot of paint on my painting, just the overspray. I spray along the top edge and I can create some nice cloudy effects. I'm going to create some interesting kind of land effects, like a path in front of those pyramids. So I just spray down some black, and then with my poster board, I lay it down where the path is going to start, and I press down very lightly with my finger, and I slide it, squiggle it back and forth horizontally. And wherever I'm pressing down with my finger, that's where that path appears. And it also depends on how that poster board is. If it's a little bent out of shape, you might get more of a path in one spot than another. Play with it and figure out how you like your paths to be. So I'm just shading in the edges there with some black, and I'm going to make a little bit more land. I put some gold on top of it so that it's nicely blended in with the rest of the painting, and I just use that sliding newspaper technique to make a little bit more land there. And I want some highlights on my pyramid, so I make sure it's dry first, and then I put that paper back on, and just right at the tip I spray a little bit of white, being very careful because it's very easy for it to get underneath that poster board and make a mess. And I just want a little bits of highlights, so I'm going to make some stars, just poke some holes on my poster board, and I'm using my Montana white here, making a few little stars in the sky. Don't want to make too many of them look exactly the same, have some variety. And you do that by using different size holes and moving your paper back and forth, so some stars are fuzzy and some stars are bright. And there you go. I'm going to put a comet, and all I need to do to put a comet is to take some white paint and turn it upside down and give it a little tap. Now that's got a Montana cap on it, so it came out very triangular, but different caps will give you different kinds of comets. But I think that works for this painting. There you go, green and gold. Metallic green and metallic gold. I love those colors.